Hey guys, it's Lisa from the blog farmhouseonboone.com, and today I want to show you a recipe that we've been playing around with for quite a while and gotten it just so delicious. We make it in a lot of different ways, and that is date sweetened ice cream. So it's sugar-free, and in this version we're going to make it dairy-free as well. Okay, for this recipe, you'll need 2 cans of coconut milk. Now normally I like to get it from Trader Joe's because it has a BPA-free lining. You can also get it on thrivemarket.com, which I love, and I'll be talking more about that in a future video. But I ran out of time and needed this today, so I just went to Kroger, my local grocery store, and just got a couple of cans of coconut milk. You'll also need 3 egg yolks. Disclaimer, I obviously don't recommend eating store-bought eggs, egg yolks, because you could get food poisoning, things like that. If you have backyard chickens or you can get them from a trusted local source, that's where I feel safe, but obviously use your own discretion there. So 3 egg yolks, a half a cup of coconut oil melted, an 8-ounce package of dates. Now here's the thing, if your dates are not very mushy, I have a certain brand that I can get at Aldi that are really good and mushy, they just can like fall apart between your fingers. That's great. If yours aren't, because there's certain kinds that definitely are more dry, you're going to need to soak them overnight in a portion of the liquid from the recipe, and then they'll get really soft and they'll work. A half cup of cocoa powder and a teaspoon of vanilla extract. First step is, of course, to melt the coconut oil, and then we're gonna get all of this together in the blender. Fancy blender. I just have a plain Oster brand, and I actually talked about that in my recent kitchen essentials video, which I will link below, and the reasons why I like it are all there. But the key to this recipe is to get the dates really blended up and incorporated. So if they're very soggy, it works really, really well, and that's why soaking overnight can work, or if you have mushy ones already. So you're gonna wanna blend it a really long time. So I like to pour all of my ingredients in and then just start blending it for several minutes. So the longer you blend, kind of the better it gets. Now we're just gonna blend all these ingredients up. Do you want me to press the button?
Yeah.
This one, liquefy. Now when we're making ice cream, always have to give it a little taste test, because we're just making it for us, obviously, here in our home, to see if it's sweet enough. So sometimes you might want to add a couple more dates, or you know, maybe a little more coconut milk to make it not as sweet, but the 8-ounce package should work great. If you like it a little bit sweeter, you might want to add a few more.
Don't mind if I do.
Tastes really good. Now you want to blend it until it is really, really creamy. So I'll bring you on a close-up to show you the consistency here.
I think we need to put one more date in.
One more date? No, I think it's good. I think it's really sweet. I can anticipate some people asking me if they could use maple syrup or honey for this recipe, and you actually can't. I discovered this, that the ice cream will not set up with that much liquid, because I've tried it before plenty of times with honey, and that's when I resorted to dates, because I realized that those just, for whatever reason, I guess too much liquid, I could never get the proportions right, and then the ice cream never worked out. Definitely try it with the dates, and if you can't use dates, you're gonna wanna use some kind of non-liquid sugar, like a rapadura or a sucanat, or some kind of healthy alternative there. And we're gonna pour this into our ice cream maker. Okay, well I tried to lay a little someone down and he didn't appreciate that. So I have this Cuisinart 2-quart frozen yogurt sorbet maker. I've had this for several years, And it was a really good investment for us because we like ice cream and I didn't want to be buying it at the store, and we can just make so many variations on healthy ice creams that this has become really worth it for us. Now, if you've never worked with an ice cream maker before, something you need to know is that when you get the frozen bowl out of the freezer, you can't put the liquid in it without it turning for even a few minutes. I actually discovered this the hard way. I was going over to a friend's house who lives really nearby, and I put the contents of the blender into the frozen portion of the ice cream maker, and I put it in my car. I'm just gonna go to her house and then plug it in and start turning it there. Didn't set at all. So I now will put the frozen thing in here. I have it spinning as I'm pouring the ice cream, the contents of the blender into it, so that it doesn't have a chance to set up against the sides without spinning. If you don't have an ice cream maker, you can still make this recipe. Just pour it into a 9x13 pan and throw it in your freezer for probably about 8 hours. The ice cream maker will do it in about a half an hour. So we're gonna go get that out of the freezer and start processing the ice cream.
I'll get it.
Okay, Annie, so, okay, start spinning it.
Yay.
Right, it's super thick at this point, so we are ready to eat it and see how it tastes. Now, the longer you let this go, the thicker it does get. We've kind of got a soft serve going on right now, but it could definitely get really thick. Oh, yum. All right, Hanny, let's give it a try. We've made this with peanut butter, so chocolate peanut butter. We've made pumpkin spice. We've made vanilla. All right, let's try it. See if it's good. Man,
Good.
you really would not know at all that there isn't sugar in this.
No.
It's good. I actually served this one time whenever we had my in-laws over, and I didn't tell everybody, and they were so shocked when they found out that this was sweetened with just dates. So it's so good. Over on the blog, I have a free printable recipe card as well as all the variations, so the recipes for the pumpkin spice variation and the peanut butter chocolate. So head on over to farmhouseonboone.com. I'm gonna link it in the description below so that you can go and get your free recipe printable card and all the variations. What's your favorite?
My favorite one was the peanut butter chocolate.
Yeah, peanut butter chocolate is probably what we make the most often. Healthy and so delicious ice cream. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I make 2 new videos every week on food from scratch, natural living, and a handmade home. Thank you so much for stopping by the farmhouse.